morning, my dear students. I am Subramaniam, Department of Social Science. I am going to take the topic Civics, Unit 1, Lesson Indian Constitution. Introduction, the need for a constitution, making of Indian Constitution, salient uses of Indian Constitution, Preamble, Citizenship Act 1955, Acquisition of Citizenship, Laws of Citizenship. Okay students, first I say some of the GK questions related to the topic. First one, where was the concept of constitution first originated? Where was the concept of the constitution first originated? USA. Answer, USA. Second one, who was the president of Constituent Assembly? Who was the president of Constituent Assembly? Dr. Rajendra Prasad. Dr. Rajendra Prasad. Who was the chairmanship of Drafting Committee of Constitution? Who was the chairmanship of Drafting Committee of Constitution? Dr. Ambedkar. Dr. Ambedkar. Who is recognized as the father of Constitution of India? Who is recognized as the father of Indian Constitution? Dr. Ambedkar. When did the Constitution came into force? When did the Constitution came into force? 26th January 1950. Who wrote our original Constitution by handwritten? Who wrote our original Constitution by handwritten? Mr. Prem Bihari Narain Raisada. Mr. Prem Bihari Narain Raisada. Okay students, now we learn about the Indian Constitution. First heading, Introduction. The Constitution is the fundamental law of a country. The Constitution is the fundamental law of a country, which reflect the fundamental principles on which the government of that country is based. I mean, the Constitution reflect the fundamental principles on which the government of that country is based. It is the vehicles of the nation's progress. Which is the vehicles of the nation's progress? The Constitution. The Constitution is a vehicles of a nation's progress. The concept of Constitution was first originated in USA. The concept of Constitution was first originated in USA. Okay students, next heading, the need for a constitution. All democratic countries have a constitution. All democratic countries have a constitution that govern them. Okay students, all democratic countries have a constitution that govern them. A constitution put down certain principles that form the basis of any kind of a states that we as citizens desire to live in. I mean, a constitution put down certain principles that form the basis of any kind of a states that we as citizens desire to live in. Okay students, a constitution tells us the fundamental nature of our society. The Constitution tells us the fundamental nature of our society. Okay students, next heading, making Indian Constitution. The Constitution of India was framed by a Constituent Assembly set up under the Cabinet Mission Plan in 1946. When did the Cabinet Mission established? 1946. The Constitution of India was framed by a Constituent Assembly set up under the Cabinet Mission Plan 1946. Okay, students. The Assembly consists of 389 members. The Assembly, they consist of 389 members representing provinces and states. They representing the provinces from 292, states from 93, the Chief Commissioner provinces 3 and Balochistan 1 member. The Assembly held its first meeting on December 9, 1946. The Assembly held in first meeting on December 9, 1946. Dr. Sachidananda Sinha, the oldest member, was elected as the temporary president of the Assembly. Who was the temporary president of the Constituent Assembly? Dr. Sachidananda Sinha. While the work was in progress, Dr. Sachidananda Sinha was died. So, Dr. Rajendra Prasad was elected as the president of the Constituent Assembly. Who was the president of the Constituent Assembly? Dr. Rajendra Prasad. Similarly, both H.C. Mukherjee and V.T. Krishnamachari, H.C. Mukherjee and V.T. Krishnamachari were elected as the Vice President of the Assembly. The Assembly met for 11 sessions. The Assembly met for 11 sessions along with 166 days of meetings. During this discussion, 2,473 amendments were presented during these sessions. How many amendments were presented? The 2,473 amendments were presented. Amendments means correction or alternation. Okay, students, 2,473 amendments were presented during these sessions. Some of them were accepted. The Assembly worked through various committees and the drafting of the Constitution was prepared by the drafting committee under the chairmanship of Dr. B.R. Ambedkar. Who was the chairmanship of drafting committee of Constitution? Who was the chairmanship of drafting committee of Constitution? Dr. B.R. Ambedkar. He is recognized as the father of India. Who is recognized as the father of Indian Constitution? Dr. Ambedkar. After the draft had been discussed by the people, the press and provincial assemblies and others. After the draft had been discussed by the people, the press, provincial assemblies and others, the Constitution was finally adopted on November 26, 1949. When did the Constitution was finally adopted? November 26, 1949. It contained a preamble. 22 parts, 395 articles and 8 scheduled. Understand, students? It contained a preamble, 22 parts, 395 articles and 8 schedules. Okay, students? The drafted Constitution came into force on 26th January 1950. When did the Constitution came into force? When did the Constitution came into force? 26th January 1950. This day is known as the Republic Day. The 26th January 1950, day is known as the Republic Day. It is being observed every year. It is being observed every year. Okay, students. The Prem Bihari Narayan Raisada was the choreographer of the Indian Constitution. The Prem Bihari Narayan Raisada was the choreographer of the Indian Constitution. The original Constitution was handwritten by him in following italic style. The original Constitution was handwritten by the Prem Bihari Narayan Raisada. The original handwritten by the Prem Bihari Narayan Raisada, flowing italic style. Okay, students, who wrote the original Constitution of India? Prem Bihari Narayan Raisada. Okay, students, next. The salient features of Indian Constitution. Which is the lengthiest of all the written constitution of the world? The Indian Constitution. The Indian Constitution is the lengthiest of all the written constitution of the world. Which is the lengthiest of all the written constitution of the world? Indian Constitution is the lengthiest of all the written constitution of the world. Okay, students, it has borrowed most of its provisions from the constitution of various countries. Our constitution principles, the most of its provisions from the constitution of various countries. Okay, students, it is partly rigid and partly flexible. Our constitution is partly rigid and partly flexible. Okay, students, next one, it is established the federal system of government. It establishes a federal system of government. It makes India as a secular state. It makes India as a secular state. It provides an independent judiciary. It provides an independent judiciary. It introduced universal adult franchise. It introduced universal adult franchise. What is meant by universal adult franchise? Right to vote to all citizens above 18 years of age without any discrimination. It is known as a universal adult franchise. Our constitution introduces universal adult franchise. Okay, students, next one, preamble. The term preamble refers to the introduction. The term preamble refers to the introduction or preface to the constitution. The preamble that consists of ideals, objectives and basic principles of the constitution. Okay, students, the preamble consists of the ideals, objectives and basic principles of the constitution. Okay, students, it has great value and it has been described as the key to the constitution. The preamble to the Indian Constitution is based on the objective resolution. The preamble to the Indian Constitution is based on the objective resolution drafted by Jawaharlal Nehru. The preamble to the Indian Constitution is based on the objective resolution drafted by Jawaharlal Nehru, which was adopted by the Constituent Assembly on January 22, 1947. It has been amended once by the 42nd Constitutional Amendment Act 1976. The preamble has been amended once by the 42nd Constitutional Amendment Act of 1976, which added 3 new words. the preamble added three new words: socialist, secular, and integrity. Preamble added three new words: socialist, secular, and integrity. The preamble begins with the phrase we the people of India, thus we can say that the people of India are the source of our constitution. The people of India are the source of our constitution. The preamble of our constitution states that India is a sovereign, socialist, secular, democratic republic. The preamble of our constitution states that India is the sovereign, socialist, secular, democratic republic. Its aim is to secure to all Indian citizens social, economic, and political justice. It aims is to secure to all Indian citizens social, economic, and social justice. Okay, students, liberty, equality, fraternity. The slogans declared during the French Revolution: liberty, equality, fraternity. Liberty, equality, fraternity. Sudandram, Samatvam, Sagodratvam. The liberty, equality, fraternity were the important slogans during the French Revolution in 1789. They are given importance in the preamble of our constitution. They are given importance in the preamble of our constitution. Okay, students, next heading: citizenship. The word citizen is derived from the Latin term civics. Okay, students, the word citizen is derived from the Latin term civics. It means residents of the city states. It means the resident of a city state. The Constitution of India provides for a single and uniform citizenship for the whole of India. Our Constitution of India provides for only a single citizenship. Our Constitution of India provides for a single citizenship. Articles 5 to 11 under Part 11 of the Constitution deal with the citizenship. Okay, students, Articles 5 to 11 under the Part 2nd of the Constitution deal with the citizenship. Okay, students, next, Citizenship Act 1955. The Citizenship Act of 1955 provides for acquisition and loss of citizenship. The Citizenship Act of 1955 provides for acquisitions and loss of citizenship after the commencement of the Constitution. This Act has been amended so far 8 times. The Citizenship Act has been amended so far 8 times. Okay, students, next heading: acquisition of citizenship. By birth, by descendant, by registration, by naturalization, by incorporating of territory. Okay, students, first one, according to the Citizenship Act 1955, the citizenship could be acquired through any of the following methods. First one, by birth. All persons born in India on or after January 26, 1950 are treated as citizens by birth. Understand, students? All persons born in India on or after January 26, 1950 are treated as citizenship by birth. Next, by descendant. A person born outside India on or after January 26, 1950 shall be a citizenship India by descendant if his father is a citizen of India at the time of his birth. Okay students, next one, by registration. A person can acquire citizenship in India by registration with appropriate authority. By registration, a person can acquire citizenship of India by registration with appropriate authority. Next one, by naturalization. Foreigners can acquire Indian citizenship. Foreigners can acquire Indian citizenship on application for naturalization to the government of India. Next heading, next, by incorporations of territory. In the event of a certain territory being added to the territory of India, the government of India shall specify the persons of the territory who shall be citizens of India. Okay students, next one, laws of citizenship. The Citizenship Act of 1955 prescribes 3 ways of losing citizenship. The Citizenship Act of 1955 prescribes 3 ways of losing citizenship, whether acquired under the Act or prior to it under the Constitution. The renunciation, termination and deprivation. Okay students, first one, the loss of citizenship. It can be voluntarily renounced by a citizen. It can be voluntarily renounced by a citizen. Second one, it can be terminated if a person acquires the citizenship of some other country. It can be terminated if a person acquires the citizenship of some other country. Third one, the central government can deprive a naturalized citizens. The central government can deprive a naturalized citizens if it satisfied that the citizenship was acquired by fraud, false representation or the concealment of the material facts. The concealment means secret, or indulges, preference. Indulges means preference or indulges in trade with enemy countries. Indulges in trade with enemy countries, or if the person has been sentenced to imprisonment for a period of 2 years. If the person has been sentenced to imprisonment for a period of 2 years. Okay students, the important points of this topic. First one, the Constitution. The Constitution is a fundamental law of a country. Second one, need for the Constitution. All democratic countries have a Constitution that governs them. Making of Indian Constitution. The Constitution of India was framed by a Constituent Assembly under the Cabinet Mission Plan 1946, and the salient features of the Indian Constitution and the preambles, citizenship and laws of citizenship. Okay students, thank you for watching.